All right. Howdy, everyone. Luis here with Cameron and Morgan. Today we're going to be talking about some gaming topics, and you guys want to say hi real quick? Or don't?
Why? I said hi.
Oh, I couldn't hear you at all.
I said it.
Okay,
Are you
well,
sure about that?
I heard you now.
I didn't hear Cameron at all. Huh? So why aren't you talking
Yeah, I
about
didn't hear
Cameron?
Cameron either.
Oh, I was staying intentionally quiet because it was funnier that way.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then I was gonna interrupt you partway through and just be like, "Hello, everybody."
Unfortunately,
Cameron
Morgan
as
didn't say
usual.
anything.
Yep.
I said something.
Anyway, since Morgan didn't say anything, I guess we can just move on.
That's it. I'm going to start my own podcast.
We can
All
do
right,
a
Bender.
quick catch up. What have you guys been up to?
Well, I have been setting up my new monitor and monitor arm mounts and PlayStation 5 all day today, basically. And I've had some pretty fun with it. So I finally set it up, and I played a little bit of Demon Souls as well. It's been fun. I gotta say, I've been enjoying it.
I'd hope so, dude. You spent
Lucky
$70 on
you.
it.
Yeah. You better be enjoying a $70 game.
You
Or
only
like
got Demon Souls, right?
$95.
Wait, why 95?
Because I got the digital deluxe edition.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've got some other games in the PlayStation Plus collection that are free, but I haven't bought anything else really.
Mm.
So just gonna
Fair
wait for
enough.
those exclusives to pour in. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get Spider-Man?
In the future, yeah, but not right now.
Yeah, it's all about bug snacks.
It does come. It does come for free.
Which I have already redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Good. And
The
how about you,
real
Cameron? What
games
have you been up to? Just suffering?
But suffering in a couple ways, yes. For like the past week, I have been mostly incapacitated due to a recent surgical procedure that has
Very
just left
cool.
me on my
Very
couch.
cool.
But during that time, I was able to catch up on the entirety of Bleach, the manga. So I finished all of that in like 5 days.
Wow, good job, Cameron.
Get a load of
How
this
long
weeb,
is
am I
Bleach
right?
again? Huh?
74 volumes.
Oh, and you only did it in how long?
Well, I already started. I was on like
Yeah, but
volume,
like, how long did it took you?
like 5 days.
Doesn't really seem that long, does it, Luis, to read a freaking manga that's
what,
that
El-
long? Does it, Luis?
To be fair, he was also incapacitated and could do nothing else, so that's all he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost as if you were not doing something over the entirety of the quarantine, were you? Huh, Luis? It seems like you had a lot of time on your
since
hands.
you got back to work and you read 3 separate manga series.
Which
And
cumulatively are all longer than One Piece
Yes.
when you combine them.
yeah, but I'd
Yes.
rather not. You know.
Yeah, but
I
other
just
than
don't want to.
God, dude.
but other than catching up on Bleach, I have also been I got a couple new 3DS games actually. They're very old. Dylan's Rollin' Western and Sakura Samurai, which were like super fucking old 3DS
Did you say
eShop
Shakira
games.
Samurai?
No, Sakura.
Sakura?
Yeah, Sakura, who cares, whatever.
Tomato,
Sake
tomato.
Ura?
Yeah.
Sake
Ura,
Ura!
beautiful. Sekiro Samurai.
Sekiro?
She
Yeah.
had tail.
But yeah, I've been playing those. That's pretty fun. Recently got back into streaming stuff with Yakuza Kiwami. I've also been working on a video review, my very first.
Over?
So that has been a very interesting and fun process. Everything's already written. I just need to record gameplay and shit for it and then put it all together.
What are you
Good
reviewing?
stuff. Good stuff.
I'm leaving that up to surprise.
Oh, okay. but I mean, you'll tell me in secret, right?
No, fuck you, because then you'll tell everyone.
Who the fuck am I gonna tell, dude? All right.
Everyone,
Anyway.
dude.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
Yeah,
You're right. Fair enough.
but
What
yeah,
have you
I
been
mean,
up to, Luis?
yeah. What have you been up to
Oh, you know,
besides not
your
reading One
mom.
Piece
Uh,
and finally reading The Boys the way, or catching up on The Boys the way God intended?
well, technically no, because there's no way to switch back to how you guys wanted because I had already started the other way. So I am caught up now, though. So that's nice.
Yeah, it only took you like 3 weeks.
Yeah, at least I fucking read it, dude. Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah, but it took you forever to watch it. But whatever. So what else have you been up to?
Anyway, I've just been playing a lot of. I've literally been doing nothing but. I'd go to work occasionally, but I haven't been working much, so I've been playing a lot of League and Genshin. So that's been a lot of fun.
God,
I got annoyed
you
at
have become such a weeb.
why.
I know.
League and Genshin, dude. Just think about it. League and Genshin, and you've been watching so much, like you've been reading manga and watching anime. Like, why don't you just go fucking live in Japan? Damn. Or South Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a bit since I read any. I mean, I guess I just caught up on My Hero. Anyway.
I'm actually a few chapters behind on that.
Oh really? That's
yeah,
you
yeah,
should
I've
really
not been
read it
catching
before
up.
it gets spoiled.
Yeah, I really should.
There's a
What else
fucking
have you
massive
been doing?
spoiler.
Yeah.
I got the PS5 as well. Oh, Cameron.
Fuck off.
And
Hey, we'll talk about that later.
and I set that up. I streamed yesterday actually. I did a like 5 or 6 hour stream. I played Demon Souls. That was really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it was like 5 hours.
I made
How
fucking
far did you
Cloud. I made fucking Cloud Strife in there. I got a pretty decent way. I beat a few bosses, at least like 3 or 4 of them. But then I came across I forgot what his name was, but it's like this fire dude that I couldn't. I stopped after I died to him once because I didn't know what to do.
Okay. So real quick, spoiler if anyone is listening / watching, real quick, close your ears. But towards the beginning of the area around the gates of Boletaria, there's this guy up and to the left that like he's an armored dude and his eyes are red and he has a spear. I could
Yes,
not for the life of me kill him because he would one shot me over
you're
and
not
over and
supposed
over
to
again.
yet.
I've never
'Cause
played
you're
the
a
game before,
bitch.
but like
So
I tried several times. I was like, dude, I'm getting pissed.
whenever
Well,
I
now
was
I know what to
streaming,
look out for during my first playthrough.
whenever I was streaming, I had somebody. There was somebody there who had played the original, and they were like kind of not really helping me, but they were like just pointing things out like here and there. Like we're just talking about it,
Oh, so
and
spoiling.
I was
I'm
about to
kidding.
go fight that dude. Yeah, I was about to go fight that same dude, and he was like, "Wait, no, no!" And I was like, "What? What's wrong with it?" And he was like, "No, no, no, you don't want to fight him yet. You can't beat him." And I was like, "Well, I kind of want to try." I didn't end up trying because I got scared after his reaction, but
Dude, it's so annoying.
because I heard that he beat him by just drawing him out and making him fall off of something or something like that. Originally, or you can just level up for a while and then come back and beat him. Otherwise, you're not supposed to be able to beat him yet. Um,
I
Oh, okay.
feel like that shit's almost well, it's not. It's not impossible, but it's so frustrating because you could just get one shot like instantly. Instantly, and it's so annoying. So I died like literally like 6 or 7 times to him. I was just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I all I saw was the red, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I wanted to go look because I didn't like not exploring an area, but based on
Yeah.
his reaction, I was like, that's probably not a good idea. So I just kept
Damn.
going because I don't want to lose my souls or anything. So I was like, I guess I'll keep going. But I got pretty far. I did a pretty decent amount of Voltaria. I got up to the point where I can't progress anymore in there, and I have to go somewhere else.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and I started on the second area, and I beat like one boss there. I beat that fucking magma spider boss. That shit was fucking annoying, but once you learn like what to do, it's actually pretty easy. Um,
Magma
so
Spider.
far,
You
I
mean
haven't
Phantom from Devil May Cry?
yeah.
I haven't sunk too much time in it, but I beat the phalanx boss, and then I was
just
looking around
chucking
Texas.
fire at that boss. Like,
Yeah, I had 17 fire bombs. I literally just fucking killed him that way.
Hell yeah, dude.
it's so it's so pretty. Anyway, before I get carried away, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
right,
that.
right, right.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it in a second, a bit more.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. You guys will talk about it in a second.
Yeah, the people that have played it will talk about it in a second. The people that aren't stupid will talk about it in a second.
Fuck off. Oh, come on.
Hey, I didn't forget that you made fun of us on that pre-order day, all right?
I know. We talked about this yesterday.
Yep. Anyway, I guess that's what we've all been up to. So I guess we can go
Yeah.
on to our first topic, which is pretty much going to be the PS5 and consoles in general. So I guess this is
Hell
going to. First of all, I want to talk about the launch day experience. For me, it was pretty easy, but also I feel like it's different compared to most people.
Yeah.
Because for mine, like I literally got to just do an appointment with Best Buy and just show up at 6 a.m. Sure, it's early, but literally like almost zero line, and you just show up, grab it, and then leave because of how they did it, which is really nice. I'm assuming it's
Oh,
different
yeah.
other places. And Morgan, I believe you did that. You did it that way too.
Yeah, I went to a different Best Buy than Luis did, and
And he
basically,
went
like,
at 5 a.m.
No,
no,
he went at 6.
I went at 6. I was expecting to go with Luis, but we ended up doing different Best Buys by accident.
Okay.
My mistake. I own it.
Nah, makes
Anyways,
sense. Okay.
when I went, I was the only person there in the morning, and they opened up and whatnot, and I was like the first customer, and I stood there for like 5 minutes while they searched 3 different pallets for my PlayStation 5, and they couldn't find it, you know. And then they asked for my ID, and they got like one of the managers to help them, and they're like, "Can you search for so and so's PS5?" And then they finally found it, like in the first pallet right at the bottom and whatnot. I was just like, "What the hell is going on? Why is it so hard to find my why is it so hard to find mine?" You
It's
know?
because they have so many,
Because
and
it's
you're the first
Morgan.
one, so like they have to search through all of
No,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they searched all those pallets like 5 or 6 times, and then they got
Probably
their
just missed it.
manager and just boom, instantly found it.
Mhm.
But anyways, then I just carried it out, and the dude was like, "You want any games to go along with it?" And I was like, "No, that's fine. I'm gonna get them when I get home." And I was like, "Oh, are you sure you don't want any like Spider-Man's Miles Morales?" In my head, I was just like, "Dude, I got a
yeah,
digital
Spider-Man
edition."
Morales.
Why didn't you just tell him? I was like, it's a digital edition.
I would feel like such a dick though. I'd be
No,
like,
I mean,
"Yeah,
just don't say it
you
like,
can."
oh, it's digital. Fuck off. Like, say it like, say it like, oh, I have a digital one, but thank you, and then you leave. You know.
Say like
That's all
Or
you have to
how
say.
about I just did what I already did? How about I do what I already did? I can't English today, but besides,
I
the
mean,
point,
can you ever really
Oh,
English?
pretty much
How
tell
about
them
I
like,
just-
oh, I'll buy them, but not here. I'm gonna. I'll buy them, yeah, but I'm gonna go home first and buy them.
that's not what I said.
I'll go
No,
buy
I
them
just
at
told him,
Walmart.
no, I'm good, but thank you though. I appreciate you asking.
Mhm.
See, that's polite.
I decided to pull up an image that basically personifies my experience on launch day, so I don't need to explain much. So you guys keep going on whatever the fuck you're talking about.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Cre- cre- Credit to the
Yeah.
artist who drew this, because I found this on Twitter. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, Black Thunder Row.
Whenever you edit
Yeah.
it, Cameron, put that in the podcast.
Oh
thing.
yeah, no, I know.
That's so good.
What?
Do you want to talk about it a little bit, Cameron, about your launch day experience?
Yeah, my launch day experience was absolute fucking hell. See, I was one of those idiots who decided to wait for stockings at, well, actually, first it started at Best Buy with their early morning like restock. That didn't work because their website kept fucking crashing and having so many issues because there was such a high amount of traffic that there was not enough like I mean, I guess like latency or whatever it was, that people just kept coming in, and there wasn't enough time for it to just catch up with itself, that it kicked me out of the cart several times and be just like, oh yeah, it's sold out.
Mhm.
Then I tried Walmart after hearing a tip of them having multiple restocks during the day. I set timers 10 minutes before each restock, got nothing. In fact, the last attempt or the last restock, I got to the last like screen or whatever where it's like place your order. I clicked it, it kicked me back to payment. I did this several times and it never charged me once, and I checked. So I never got it. Then today I heard through or uh PlayStation Direct, like through their little website or whatever, they have the little queue where you wait, then you can buy it. I
Mhm.
did that. I sat in that queue for like 2 hours and it never told me that it ran out like 10 minutes after I was in there.
Oof.
That sounds so frustrating, man.
It's terrible. And it says like check on the 14th for availability. So I imagine they're just going to keep trying this and it's going to end the same way, and I hate it.
And they are restocking for Black Friday too, so you'll have
No,
another chance
yeah, but
then.
no, yeah, of course. So I'm definitely keeping my eye then for sure.
Mhm.
It it fucking pissed me off so much.
Well, hopefully you can get one soon.
I hope so too.
Well, to be honest, like Luis and I went through some of that a little bit on the launch day.
No,
Like,
yeah,
well,
no,
On the
I
whenever the
pre-order
remember
day.
pre-orders,
reading that. I
yeah, on the
remember reading
pre-order
that
day.
entire
That's pretty much like
exchange.
the entire pre-order day, where it's just like hours of like sitting there like trying to get one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I'd
not.
given up like twice, and then
Yeah,
somehow I got one.
I think they
Yeah, no,
it's
exactly.
you got one because they restocked later that night. They
Oh,
like
that's
I
right.
reopened
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't understand how Oscar was able to get one.
He got
He's
a first
always like,
wave.
No, yeah, he did.
I don't understand how. I just don't. He's always the one. He's always the one who gets things the first time, like first try.
He
I
probably
feel
got
like
it from Best Buy because his girlfriend works at Best Buy.
I
it's
mean,
insane. He's
He,
so
that
lucky,
shouldn't
dude.
affect it though. That doesn't
no,
affect.
no, no, no,
No.
no,
It
it's
boosts
part of
his
the
luck
joke.
stat.
It's because he's got the inside connections.
It boosts his luck stat.
Yeah.
+2 the luck because she works at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It it's like the Monster Hunter like cats. They give passive buffs.
I technically got 2 orders that day because I
Oh yeah.
I got one on Amazon first, and
Oh,
because
oh yeah,
when
yeah,
as
yeah.
soon as
That's
they went
right.
on sale, but then I saw Best Buy open them up again, and I'd rather go pick it up than just wait for the shipping.
Right. Yeah.
So I actually I was able to get a second one on Best Buy, so I just canceled my Amazon one, and so I got the
Well,
Best Buy one.
well, well. What you should have done, Luis, is saved it and then sold it for like $1,500 on eBay, like everyone else, or just hoard it and
But I
be
didn't
like,
have the
look, I
money
have
to
two.
pay for both of them at the same time.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
but
The
you
would have.
would,
story of
but
your
you would
life.
have had that money if you hoarded it and then sold it on eBay for like twice or like 5 times the price.
Put up the eBay link. Pre-order confirmed. You pay for it now, and I'll get it to you
Pay for it
whenever it
now.
comes
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Pay, pay for it now, and I will ship it to you once it gets to my house.
Give
Days
me,
late, like most Amazon pre-orders ended up being. That's why people
give.
canceled all theirs.
You can say, give me $700 to pre-order no, to order a PlayStation
And
5,
I
so I
will
can give
order
it to
it
you
with
for
my bonus
500.
Yes,
luck
yes.
stack.
Oh
I
my
will
god.
order it for you with my bonus luck stat. Well,
Just
I have like had my own little like personal story arc through the realm of music as well, for some reason, with this whole fucking PS5 thing. Like, because I remember the first night I posted that thing on Twitter where I was like, okay, this is what my night looks like. And it's just I think it was the Best Buy page open, and then on YouTube you see like some song by Offspring or whatever. and then it keeps going. Just like, okay, I'm keeping going. And then once launch day fails, I know the direct cue or whatever. I'm just like, okay, this is my anthem, and it's the fucking Hercules song or whatever. And now it is devolved to like you know that song in Hunchback of Notre Dame where the priest or whatever is just like, I want to bang the girl, and it's the hellfire.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just like PS5, you will be mine or you will burn.
I will go to everybody's houses who got a PS5 and burn them.
And burn.
Even though you could just steal it at that point if you're gonna go through that trouble, but no, you're just gonna burn them.
No, I know.
Well, rip Cameron.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
built
yeah.
different, so I got mine.
How's it feel to just get completely obliterated, dude?
Rip Cameron,
utterly
but
annihilated.
I'm built different.
It feels like that picture of Kratos I have on my stream.
just never ending mood.
Yeah, basically.
But Morgan, how's your hands-on experience been with it so far?
So
So
getting rid of that.
hands-on, this thing is massive. Like, it's tall, it's heavy. You know, it's not thick like I was thinking it might be, but like it's gigantically tall. And when I picked it up, like I had just worked out my arms the previous day, so like I was sore, right? And I felt like I was about to drop it because it weighs like twice as much as my PS4. It's like, damn, dude, this thing.
It's
put
almost
some
as
guts
long
in
as
it.
like from my elbow to the tip of my fingers. It's almost that long.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
it's very. I think hopefully it won't have any overheating issues. But in terms of my hands-on experience, I've had almost no bugs or anything with it. Everything feels super quick and snappy. I really can't wait for these devs to start updating their games. That way, the PlayStation 5 can take advantage of like the higher frame rates and faster load speeds and whatnot.
Yeah.
I really want to
It's
get a
gonna be great.
monitor. Yeah, I really want to get a monitor with an HDMI 2.1 port so I can actually start seeing it. My biggest desire though is for them to support 1440p natively. Like,
There
come
was
on,
a
man.
thing. There was a comment from someone from Sony where it said they were asked about 1440p support, and they're like, "Oh well, if there's enough demand, we'll go ahead and do it." And it's just like, what? Why not just include it in the fucking first place? Like,
I'm
mean,
officially putting my ticket in for the demand for 1440p. It's ridiculous that they're not doing it. It's a software thing, like it's not a hardware thing. They
yeah.
can absolutely do it, but they just haven't optimized for it yet because, reasons. But whatever. I guess.
Albeit
that
stupid
aside.
reason. Or
I guess
Um,
we'll have to
probably
see if
stupid
they
reasons.
patch it at some point. I'd hope they do patch it. I hope they do realize that there's enough demand for it.
That aside, though, the thing that I'm most impressed with is the controller. The haptic
Yeah.
feedback and the adaptive triggers are just insane. You can feel wind, rain, like just jumps and whatnot, fire, everything. It's amazing.
Did you try out Astro's Playroom?
Yes, yes, I have.
Okay, I haven't had the chance to try it out yet because I went straight into streaming. But
It does
Yeah.
such a good job of showcasing the controller and whatnot. Like,
I know
it
even
does
with
such a-
Demon Souls, like after playing like that much time with it, like you can definitely feel like all of the shit. Like
whenever you light your sword on fire.
whenever you light your sword on fire, if you hit a wall, there's a different vibration
Mhm.
from hitting a person. You can feel the different vibrations for each individual hit. You can feel your rolling. You can feel what was that fight? That fight with the tower knight or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The big tower knight. Whenever I'm running around trying to take out the archers before the fight, before fighting him, I can feel him like step around and like it's the vibrations are so like in distinct and very like unique to the point to where it's so much more immersive just because of the vibrations themselves.
Like
I
it's
really
different
do love
from
this
a
controller.
rumble. You know, it's not just like
It's not just rumbling. Yeah, it's like very precise vibrations.
yeah.
Ooh, that sounds neat.
And the controller itself, like in
It's got
terms
some
of shape,
heft.
it's is way
The heck?
way better designed than any of the other controllers that they've done. It
Mhm.
fits into what I'd say like most hands now, and the buttons and whatnot, they're classic, but at the same time, the grip feels great, and I can't wait for more colors to come out. I honestly like they've done an amazing job with this controller.
Mhm.
Very good step up.
Yeah, I'm holding both of them right now. The PS4, the DualShock, and the
it-
DualSense. That I do like the heaviness of the new controller. I feel like the weight of it is, but that just might be me. I like the heft of it. It feels nice to have something. It feels more solid, I guess, because of it. You know.
Hmm.
And it feels
Well,
nicer to hold.
a big downside to the DualShock 4 that I think they improved upon with the DualSense is that people said it's still kind of too small, and
The
when
what?
you the DualShock 4,
Uh-huh.
like people said it was a little
Okay.
bit too small, and it
Yeah.
just
Yes.
wasn't as grippy as like an Xbox controller, which like Xbox controllers,
Fair.
especially like the Xbox One or the new Series X controller, they just have such good shape. You can't argue with it. So
Mhm.
I think Sony really came up to bat against it now. So good job to
Uh,
them.
And it definitely
DualShock 4 is almost as
feels
big as my hand. I just realized.
it definitely
Like
feels like future tech too, or like uh improved tech too. It feels very like there's because of the vibrations, because of how high quality the vibrations are and the adaptive triggers and everything. Like it definitely feels like a huge step up in terms of
it definitely
controller.
makes you feel like you're holding a PlayStation
It
controller.
definitely makes you feel like a demon soul um whenever I'm playing. I'm excited to try out Spider-Man to see how the swinging and stuff feels. Um,
Yeah.
because I'd assume those also the swinging also has. I don't see why it wouldn't. You know.
Will you swing with all the swagger of a black teenager, like that reviewer said?
It really makes you feel like a black teenager.
Oh no!
um,
Jesus, dude.
but
That was terrible.
and what were you saying, Cameron? I think I accidentally cut you off.
What? No. Oh no! I just wanted to make that joke
Oh, okay.
because you mentioned Spider-Man. So I'm like, oh, someone's got to do it, and if we don't do it, we will be doing it a disservice.
Yeah. Did you have any other comments on it, Morgan?
Um, I'd say like the design has really grown on me, and honestly, I'm kind of just excited for the future. You know, um, yeah, that's been my hands-on experience with it,
Nice.
and I think it's been mostly positive. No bugs, no nothing, no problems for me
I've
so
had a
far.
single
That
bug, but
yeah.
that's just from so apparently there's this thing with the PS5s where if you try to transfer save data from a PS4 using an Ethernet cable, it bricks it. or
Oh.
uh, or not only maybe not brick it, but like it fucks it up somehow.
Oh. Okay.
There's like a glitch which
With an
messes it up.
Ethernet cable?
Yeah. So if
But
you have
that's
an
what like IGN and
Interesting.
stuff have been recommending to do.
no but there's like a I'm sure they'll patch it, but like
Oh, like a
is it
No.
bug.
with the
Yeah.
is it with the Ethernet cable that they've been recommending for that issue, or is it for
Yeah,
just
with
in
an
general?
Ethernet cable.
I heard it was with the Ethernet cable that the issue existed, but
Hmm,
I may be wrong. Um,
interesting.
but
I don't
I've
know.
heard reports of some people like having that issue where they transfer data and then shit gets fucked up. I don't know what the exact how it exactly gets fucked up, but it just does.
My
Um,
one of my friends that got their PS5, he's had like 5, 10 different bugs. Not all, but mostly going back to like his external hard drive that he had with his PS4.
mhm.
He had his PS4 games installed on that external hard drive, and he's just had such a rough time using it on the PS5.
Mm.
especially whenever he sets into rest mode. It's just like it
I heard there's a thing with rest mode too,
freezes.
where if you,
Yeah.
if it, like it'll fuck up as well if you have a game open before you go into rest
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. And I
S-
think I saw it like specifically being like don't put the thing into sleep mode while you're playing Miles Morales. But I think that was just the example it used.
mm,
But I remember seeing something about that and it just fucks it up.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it should be an issue to just close the game for now until
No,
they patch it,
yeah.
because like it loads really quickly. Like I heard Miles Morales is like not even a minute to get into game from main menu.
That's
Like
awesome.
less than a minute
That's
to get
actually
into game
really
from the main
cool.
menu, and even with Demon Souls, like around
Yeah,
the
if you want
same.
to compare, like if you go from the Nexus in Demon Souls to the Gates of Boletaria, it takes like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Whereas like PS3, it would have taken like almost 2 minutes.
hmm
Oh god,
yeah.
Crazy.
that's terrible. Yeah.
The
Major
only bug
improvement.
I've had with this is whenever I did initial setup and stuff, there's like this thing where it's like, oh, go ahead and put in your if you bought a disc, go ahead and put it in so we can install it while we continue setup. And I did, and nothing really happened. I kept doing setup. I finished it, and then whenever I tried to play the game just to launch it, it wouldn't let me. It was just stuck in that little like PNG like that you get at the beginning for
Mhm.
like a second. It was just stuck there, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I just restarted it, and it worked fine. So I don't know what the fuck the issue was. I haven't had that issue ever since. It was just that one time after the restart, after the initial setup. So I guess it just needed a restart or something to fix it. Because other than that, I haven't had any issues at all with it. So
Sounds like typical launch day bugs, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it really
hmm
does.
Luckily after initial setup though, I think it looks like it's working fine. So that bug isn't existing anymore. I don't have to keep restarting it. So
That's
oh,
pretty good.
hell yeah. Um, Also, you mentioned the PS Plus collection earlier, Morgan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
So
got
I would say, well, so I launched it on PS5. There are a lot of games on PlayStation 4 that I didn't play, just because I didn't buy them, or I stopped playing my PS4 several years ago
mhm,
and just didn't really have any interest in some of them because they played at a low frame rate.
yeah.
But now I can actually get them for free through the PlayStation Plus collection. Technically, it's not free because you're paying a subscription month to month,
Yeah.
but you're not actually paying for the games. You're
You're not
paying
paying
No,
any
yeah.
anything extra
right,
for the games, yeah.
It
right. You're paying for the service, not the games. So I
sounds a lot like
downloaded,
Game Pass.
yeah. So I downloaded like 6 or 7 different games that I've never played before. God of War, Last of Us Remastered. At least those are Uncharted 4,
Did you
Thieves
get Until
End.
Dawn? I said that was on
Uh,
there.
yes, that as well. I got
When you get to
Bloodborne.
play
I played
Persona
that one.
5.
Oh yeah, Persona 5
I,
is on there too.
Yeah.
I need to play through Persona 4 before I play through that. But
I mean, you don't really because they're
well,
all
I want to
self-contained
do that.
stories, but yeah, I mean, if you want to, then go right ahead, honestly.
But I pretty much got all of them on the PS Plus collection, so I'm gonna work
Nice.
my way through that whenever I can. So I'm excited because I
Bloodborne's
know
on there
God of
too,
War
right?
plays. Yep, it just
Nice.
doesn't run at 60 FPS because the devs somehow still haven't patched it to where better hardware can take advantage of the game. Like the game can take advantage of better hardware and run at 60 FPS. They just have not bothered to patch it, which is very, very sad.
That's a bit of a
Understandable.
yikes.
Very, very sad. Runs
Mhm.
at a locked 30.
Oof. And what were you saying about God of War?
God of War runs at a locked 60 FPS now instead of 30 on the PlayStation 4. So
Mm.
I'm excited
Nice.
to try that for the first time ever.
God of War is so fun. Uh, I'd
I'm
suggest playing
excited.
on the hardest difficulty because I don't think it's that much of a challenge. It becomes more of a challenge later on with the end game stuff. But uh, I I had so much fun with God of War. It's so good.
I'm a
Uh,
glutton for punishment, dude. I can take it.
Oh, okay, so you're one of those people, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah.
um.
You
Oh,
betcha,
also
bud.
speaking of like difficulty, like I haven't really had much difficulty with Demon Souls so far. Like I don't know if it's just that I'm good or something, but I haven't really had any like major like fuck
I
this
mean,
is
I
hard.
don't think it's because you're good, Luis. I mean, it is you we're talking about here. I mean, you're not very good at video games.
Oh.
I would say,
I
well,
watched you play RE2 and 3, and you fucking suck at those.
I
So you're
did
not
good
very
at those. I beat both of them
No.
on the hardest. Didn't I beat them on the hardest difficulty?
I don't remember, but
I'm
just
pretty sure
remember
I
you
picked the
not
hardest
being good.
difficulty for both of them.
Yeah, but you weren't very good at it.
Or
well, you
hardest I
got to
could.
remember that Demon's Souls is the first Souls game of
Yes,
the series.
and it
So,
is known for its balls to the wall difficulty. It
well,
used to be harder than like I believe it used to be harder than even Dark Souls, like even some of the later ones down the line, as far as I
well,
remember.
regarding it, people are very opinionated.
Yes.
So there's been a big debate, for years on which game is harder and whatnot. And
Right.
the whole thing surrounding like why Demon's Souls is harder is because once you die, you remain at half health and you can't get to full health until you beat a boss. You go into someone else's world and beat a boss with them, or you go into someone else's world and you kill them, or you find a rare item.
Oh,
So
you can kill
most of
them
the
and also gain back your humanity? I didn't know that.
yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. But so there's a good portion of the game, like almost half of it or most of it for some players where you're half health,
Yeah.
So it's like a big it's a big handicap. So that's why a lot of people find it more difficult. But also the fact that on PlayStation 3, you had these long load times, like 2-minute load times whenever you would die, and then you just get back up and like in my instance, you keep going to that one dude that's just super strong and can one shot you in a blink of an eye, and then boom, dead again in the blink of an eye, and then you have to wait 2 minutes. Not
Dead.
the same case on PlayStation 5 anymore. It's
Yeah.
instant loading, but there's it's a differently designed game than Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's old. It's still old,
Yeah.
even though it's been remade, it's still
Well,
it
they
it
kept
feels
the
old.
like AI of everything too. And like
Yes.
kind of
So
kept it mostly the same, just retouched it a little to make it work.
I
It's
don't
the
think it's
same
the
but
hardest.
different.
Honestly, like if I were I would say it's harder than Dark Souls. I would say it's harder than Dark Souls, but not harder than Dark Souls 3. It's not harder than Bloodborne, and it's not harder than Sekiro.
Hmm.
So that's
Interesting.
my placement of it.
Yeah, but is it harder than Ogdo Bogdo in Jedi Fallen Order?
Ugda bugda unga
Og-
bunga.
I
Ogdo
would.
Bogdo Unga
You
Bunga.
had to cheese him, didn't you, Cameron?
I did, yeah. I
You're
I
you're
think we
telling
talked
me
about
that
that
I
the
suck
first
at
podcast.
games, but you had to fucking cheese him, dude. I beat him fair and square.
Yeah, but I used my mind to beat him.
Just because you beat him fair and square doesn't mean you're better.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it kind of does, considering I was able to beat him without just
No,
cheesing
it
it.
doesn't. It doesn't mean anything.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah, but you didn't beat him your first try, so you suck.
I mean, you're not supposed to for those types.
Silence! Utter
Who
silence!
the fuck beats it first try for that shit?
Good players, which wasn't us.
Hey, I mean, at least I beat him at that level of the game. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Well,
that.
I did too.
Barely. You cheesed it.
I still beat him my first time on that planet, so it still counts.
I don't count it. Dude. Anyway.
Fuck off.
Anyway.
Get to the next thing, Jesus.
Comparisons between Xbox and the PS5. I know none of us actually got the new Xbox, but
No.
I do want to talk briefly about like just things about the Xbox in general. There are comments on people saying that the Xbox is loading faster for most games.
Yeah.
There's comments on
Interesting.
shit like that. So I was just saying your guys' thoughts on what you guys know
It
regarding the Xbox.
Yeah, but
it
does
seems to
PS5
me
start spewing smoke?
That was just
apparently
vape.
that's fake smoke.
That's just
Yeah.
vape smoke.
It seems to me
No, I
that
know.
it seems to me that Microsoft worked with a lot of com- game developers more than Sony did on older games to get updated and take advantage of the hardware in terms of faster loading times and better frame rates than Sony did for PlayStation 5. Um, you could you could see it in comparisons easily in like videos and articles now, but one thing that I do notice is like they specifically have listed what they've done. You know, they've been very transparent with what they can and can't do with the console and like
Hmm.
certain games that work in certain ways and whatnot. Whereas Sony, they haven't been as transparent, and that's kind of been annoying me. You know, like they're way better in terms of backwards compatibility than PlayStation has been, for instance. And
Yeah.
I wish just because of the size and how good some of the games are on PlayStation 2, even PlayStation, that Sony would put more effort into making these games backward compatible instead of just pushing it to, oh, why don't you just play PlayStation Now? You know, like
Hmm.
it, no one wants to play PSN Now. No one
No.
does. Like it's it's just awful. It's an awful service,
Hmm.
especially because when you're playing the games, you're not playing them on your console. You're playing them with a huge delay,
Yeah.
and it. I really wish they would get serious about what their consumers want, because I don't even know if they think, like, I don't even know if they know what people want, you know?
Hmm.
Whereas Xbox, they've
It's
just
kind of
been
like the
getting
thing
away
with the
with it.
1440p. Like they don't even
Like
know if they want it or not.
that.
Like.
Exactly. Like that's such a sure, not that many people are going to take advantage of it, but look at what's happening. It's been blowing up.
Hmm.
Like I've seen it to where people are commenting like there have been articles and whatnot been shared on social media, and it's just like that's needless negativity that Sony did not like. They didn't need that, and it's just because of laziness, in my opinion. That's something that I've been annoyed with. That I think Xbox has done a really great job with. They've been keeping up. They've been doing all these sort of small little things, especially with the console. You know, better loading, fasting times, um, a bit bigger of an SSD. Like you have 667 gigabytes of usable storage on the
Yeah.
PlayStation 5.
Hmm.
You remember whenever the PlayStation 4 came out in 2013 and you had 500 gigabytes to use? It's
Yeah,
been
that was really
7 years.
bad.
It's been 7 years since then. Like I get it, it's a super fast SSD, but it's been 7 years.
And they even
Games
put
are
No,
two
like
yeah.
terabytes on
anywhere
the last one on the PS4 Pro.
Oh
seriously,
yeah,
like
that's right. Yeah.
the games are 40 to 80 gigabytes nowadays. I mean, you have Call of Duty, it's going to be over 200 gigabytes.
I think it's
That's
160.
I think Cold War, it's going to be over 200 with Warzone included.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's going to be over
I
200.
I think you're right, or like very, very close, like a few numbers off,
That's
probably.
the third of the console space. And they
No,
don't
yeah.
support external storage at launch. Like that's just incredible to me how they just haven't responded fast enough to their consumers' needs,
Hmm.
even before their console is launched. So I'm comparing it, and I think in terms of exclusives, sure, Sony has it nailed down just because
No,
Xbox
yeah.
doesn't really have any exclusives right now. But in terms of the base console, if you're just comparing PlayStation 5 to Xbox
Like
right
from a
now,
hardware perspective,
yeah, like I
yeah.
hardware, like I think Xbox is doing it right.
No,
They're
yeah.
setting
No,
the
no, for sure.
example.
And I think they definitely learned from their last mistake with the X Bone.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll see going forward.
I think with Xbox, like a lot of it is the main detractor from people like is the fact that they have no exclusives, and any like of the next gen stuff that they would be that they do have, you'd have to wait for a while in order to get those
Yeah.
new titles to come out on it, you know?
Yep.
Whereas PlayStation, like you get fucking Demon Souls, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, fucking Bug Snacks
Bug
like
snack, yeah.
immediately. I mean, I'm excited for Bug Snacks. Honestly, I'm kind of into it.
They
But
put No Man's Sky for free 1 month, and I'd go
did they?
nuts if
Oh,
they
oh,
would.
gotcha. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I played No Man's Sky for a bit whenever it came out. It was nice, but I heard it's like so much more improved now.
No,
So
yeah,
I'm excited to see
they
that.
they definitely have done more work with it since
They
its
Yeah.
put
initial release.
see like that's the best thing about PlayStation is they give out free games and they have good exclusives.
No,
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, they I'd say even Bloodborne was free, but it's still free now. I forgot about I blanked out on the PS6 collection thing. But like you got the PS collection thing where you have all of these exclusives. Like sure, Horizon is like on PC now and some of them are on PC, but for the most part they're all still pretty much exclusives. Now with slowly getting better support, but still at least they're on there, you know? Even they're even included for free if you have the PS Plus. There's just so many more exclusives are still like the big thing, like comparing between them, I think. As Xbox doesn't really have much at the moment. Let's just wait to see if they have anything later on. But for now, sure they're doing better in terms of like hardware and like listening to people, but you can't really sure they're listening, but at the same time, like you can't really do enough with it with the features that they have, you know. Considering all you can pretty much do is play backward compatible games at this point, and sure you can load really fast, you can do all that stuff, but whenever like all these new games are coming out for PS5 and you're getting nothing for Xbox, it kind of sucks just sitting there, you know. Um, but that's generally why went for the PS5 as well. Um, so it's just interesting to see how the two consoles are going to evolve as time goes on.
Yeah.
Um, some last thoughts on the console stuff. There's going to be more PS5 and Xboxes available in stock for Black Friday. So good luck with that, Cameron. Um,
Yeah, 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 because I definitely want that Xbox.
Hey, I mean, I meant more about the PS5, but whatever.
No, what I mean, you did say the word Xbox, so
Xbox. Yeah, I'm just pointing out that both of them are going to be back in
no,
stock.
yeah, no,
Um,
I know. I mean, I'm looking at the docket right now.
yeah. But speaking of things being back in stock, hopefully more graphic cards will come back in stock. Especially, and we're getting the 3080 Ti next year already, even though the 3080
Oh,
just came out.
okay.
Do you have
It's
any thoughts on the graphic stuff, Morgan?
so that's it is there's quite a discussion. I've been keeping up with it. I'll
Okay.
start off at the beginning with AMD versus Nvidia. You have Nvidia's lineup, which is a 3090, the 3080, and the 3070. A lot of people thought they were priced pretty well, except for the 3090, obviously, which is uber expensive for almost no reason when you
Yeah.
look at the specifications. But then you look at AMD, and they're coming out swinging with their pricing and their graphics lineup. Their stack. They have the $1,000 6900 XT. It undercuts the 3090 by $500,
Mm-hmm.
and it matches it in performance. Like, it's insane. And then you have the 6800 XT. It undercuts the 3080 by $50, but it does just as well and sometimes better than the 3080, and it has 6 GB more VRAM. That's a big worry about the 3080 is it only has 10 GB. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to last that long down the road, like 4 6 years down the road. There's a big worry that 10 GB of VRAM is just not going to be enough.
Yeah.
um and apparently the cards, they overclock insanely well, especially the 6800 XT. Apparently it overclocks to like 2.5 gigahertz, which I know y'all don't really know much about that. Personally, I don't know too much about it, but that's incredibly well. They're way more
Yeah.
efficient, and their rasterization performance, not ray tracing,
And all of them are
rasterization.
even working on the same power supply from last generation as well.
Yep, they're not as power hungry as Nvidia cards, so they've sent Nvidia into disarray. So Nvidia had planned to put out a 20 gigabyte 3080 sometime after AMD launched their cards, but because of what AMD is putting out and how they're undercutting them in price, Nvidia is just completely a mess. So they're putting out a 20 gigabyte 3080 Ti, supposedly around $1,000 to compete with the 6900 XT, right? But the whole thing is that it's going to be just as fast as the 3090. So it makes the 3090 look like a terrible buy because for $500 more than a 3080 Ti, you get 4 more gigabytes of VRAM and the same performance.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to do that to the people who bought your 3090? Are you
Hey,
kidding?
fuck them, dude.
And it's just like all these people that bought a fucking 3080. It's just like, well, fuck y'all, you know.
No, there's a
And
new one coming out already, like beginning of next year.
don't even get me fucking started about apparently all the different versions. They're apparently going to come out with a 3070 Ti that has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. What?
Oh.
That kicks the 3080 square in the fucking nuts, dude. Like, you gotta be kidding. It's just insane. So I think
Maybe that was the original plan to make those like that, but because they rushed them so much, they weren't able to. So they're just kind of putting them out as the TI versions.
see, that's the whole thing. Their original plan did not work out at all. Is they completely rushed them out to beat AMD to the punch, and it backfired. Like AMD took it nice and slow and methodical, saw what Nvidia was offering, wasn't impressed, undercut them in price, and is gonna beat them in performance. Like it's nuts. So I think, and plus, they don't have anything in supply. They're not going to be able to supply all of their customers this holiday season. So AMD is just sitting there ready
Well,
to.
AMD's kind of out of stock too, isn't it?
Yes, but when you consider that, like, these companies were going to be out of stock regardless.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, Nvidia has been so low on stock since it launched in September that AMD is actually going to have around the same amount of cards sold or available that Nvidia has had, even though Nvidia has had a month and a half, almost 2 months early in terms of a lead in sales.
Yeah.
So like Nvidia launched a month and a half or 2 months earlier than AMD, but they're looking to sell the same, if not more, cards than Nvidia.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's just it's a complete failure on Nvidia's part, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
but I feel
it's,
like it's also good considering just for competition purposes.
oh yeah,
Um,
I'm extremely happy. It's really good for
Yeah.
competition.
Mm-hmm.
You have these companies like Nvidia and Intel, they're kind of sitting on their laurels because there's no competition. And finally, you have AMD putting up products that are worth
Fighting
a damn.
fucking both of them.
Yeah.
So they're also
Chad
fighting Intel.
AMD
The
versus
Chad
the
AMD.
versus the
Exactly.
Virgin Intel
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, speaking of that, like of AMD versus Intel, I mean, you have Intel sitting on its ass for 3 or 4 years with incremental 3 to 5% increases, refreshes year on year for just like 4 or 5 years. And then
Yeah.
AMD finally comes up with a 19% IPC increase in one generation on the same architecture.
Mhm.
Like, well, on the same manufacturing process. That's insane. And so Intel just decides, oh, well, you know what? We're going to come up with double digit IPC increases next year, even though we're still on 14 nanometer. And we've been on 14 nanometer since like 2014, 2015. What does that tell you? They were just waiting. They were being lazy. They could have done that a long time ago. But
Just selling their
now they're
5%
doing it
increases here and there
because
just to make more money.
yeah. So what's going to happen after Intel gets that double-digit IPC increase and inevitably takes back the performance crown from AMD? Well, no worries. AMD is going to take it right back with
Because
their
they're
5
already at that
nanometer
point, so they can spend this time keep continuing rather than like trying to catch up.
Yeah, like I legitimately I don't see a way how Intel can keep up with AMD at this point because
They just waited too long.
they yeah, they just waited too long.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's extremely good for competition though. I'm happy. I just wish AMD didn't increase their prices by like 50 to $100 per CPU processor,
Mm.
you know.
I
But
haven't
I'm
really looked
happy.
at prices for the processors specifically.
But overall, I think it's a really good season. And I think it's just shut up, Cameron. I think it's a really good holiday season.
Okay, all right, there you go. Thank you.
Season. It's a really good season to be a gamer. That's what I'll say.
Yeah,
Really good
okay.
consumerism season.
I really rate season 2020 very high.
We were a bit down for most of the year, but we came back swinging.
Yeah,
Most of this season.
but now we
the
got them stonks.
the the gaming redemption arc for 2020.
Oh,
Do you guys have any additional thoughts regarding PC stuff?
I know
Um,
very little about this, so I've just been letting Morgan basically educate me this
Fair
whole
enough.
time. So I appreciate that.
I
Fair
am
enough.
very much so looking forward to the fact that because of these new consoles are coming out, 4K monitors, especially in the higher refresh rates, they're going to be way more affordable and they're going to come out en masse, especially with HDMI 2.1. That makes me super excited because
Oh
it's
yeah.
that means PC gaming is about to get a whole lot more affordable for a lot more people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm very much so looking forward to that.
And
Games
that's gonna be great.
like these consoles, they're gonna push the limit in terms of like where developers are able to start. You know, they're setting the bar for games being developed going forward, right?
Yeah.
So that only means that games on PC are gonna get better and better and better, and I can't wait for it.
hmm
Never been a
No
better
more
time to
no
be a
more
gamer.
restrictions from the PS4
Yep,
or
no
in
more
the
restrictions because of
from the
console.
PS4 and the one.
Yep, the one,
The one.
Thank God.
the
Uh
one.
The one.
so I'm excited for these increases, and you're already starting to see them a bit too with the like Demon Souls and Miles Morales, since they're like specifically like only designed for this and like aren't held back by previous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like we're also gonna see like so much more increase just based on this. Like we're already seeing some with these two games. Can't wait to see like increases for other shit too. Um, all right, well, last stuff we have to
Nice.
talk about is a bunch of miscellaneous news and shit
Bunch of
before.
great miscellaneous news. My favorite.
Hell yeah.
This is when
Uh,
the fun begins.
so
This might
first of
be our
all,
hottest lineup of miscellaneous news.
I want to talk about the Twitch DMCA's
Okay.
first. Um,
Yeah, so like let's get into the it's very fitting that I am on Twitch and talking about this. So if my channel goes down under in the next few days because I talked bad about Daddy Twitch, then I guess it was worth it.
We knew that it was a hit ordered for you, dog.
Hell yeah.
So I guess Cameron, do you want to explain this since we talked a lot a bit ago?
Okay, yeah, no. So basically, a couple days ago, Twitch sent out a like a statement or email or whatever that had a post basically trying to explain what's been going on with their various copyright related stuff because people's things being shut down or just overall muted for certain things and their whole new take with the DMCA and all that. And then underneath that, there was a guy who's just like, okay, so what about music in game? Because everything's just going to be mute at that point and ruin the experience for the game. And then a Twitch support is just like, oh hey, thanks. I'm just gonna read this word for word. It's a waving emoji. Hey there, thanks for reaching out. We recommend reading through any games EULA and utilizing any option to turn off music if the game includes the option or mute the game audio. That's terrible. And underneath, you can see a bunch of people just being very upset, laughing, or just all kinds of reactions.
That one
Rightly,
dude that got
rightly
This go up
so.
a bit. Yeah,
yeah.
no, rightfully so. Like the first comment I have down here was one for someone who got their stream muted for playing Persona 5 because of a police siren. So their entire stream got muted because of a sound effect. And it's very obvious that now with these new guidelines, Twitch is now becoming a little bit more of some sort of a mess. It's starting to turn into what YouTube is doing, with their copyright stuff because they're very strict about it as well. I mean, I'm sure that you guys know a little bit about it.
To play a little bit of devil's
Eh,
advocate as well, like so most of it is not Twitch's fault. Like, I'm not saying that they're not at fault for anything,
No, yeah,
because they
no.
can help a lot more than they are. But
No, wait, no, exactly. Yeah,
this,
no.
from what I can gather, this also, the whole DMCA shit also started, like, caught them off guard, because it just kind of like started going in, because
Yes.
it's not
No,
really
no, yes, you are
controlled by
correct.
them at all. It's more like the
well,
companies that are controlling the DMCA's and like utilizing their stuff with Twitch, and they start updating their stuff and start DMCAing a shit ton more, and it caught Twitch off guard, which Twitch should have been ready for. So I'm
Right,
not
but
saying
they
they're
so
not
weren't.
at fault at all, but
and
I
and,
feel
see,
like
and now people are starting to delete various like clips that people have taken from their channels, like
what's
some of the bigger ones. From what I've seen, they have started going through their files and
well,
just deleting their stuff so that way their things won't get taken down.
I mean, so we'll start
So
off
it
like
falls on the creators a bit,
the
which is
the
not right to a lot of people.
so the record companies are to blame. Like,
Mhm.
first and
Yeah.
foremost, they are primary to blame because their old archaic viewpoint of these copyright laws and
Yes.
how people use their
Content.
their content in terms of the people that they publish. Like, it's not even their music, really. Like, technically it is because they're licensing from these musicians.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's the musicians' music, and sometimes the musicians don't even get to control what these record labels do. It's ridiculous.
I've seen the
No,
So
musicians
yeah.
are like the
they
creators get like DMCA'd by their own company.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you had the what was it? The guitarist from Dragon Force. He got DMCA'd on Twitch for playing his own fucking music.
No,
So
yeah. No,
he
no, yeah,
just
that was
went to
weird.
YouTube Gaming.
No,
So
exactly.
you have that, and I completely primarily place the blame on these record labels because they're just run by shitty executives who could not give less of a crap, and they're just greedy. It's corporate greed in its primary form, right? But
Yes.
I am not gonna go easy on Twitch. They have had years. We saw this take form like for the first time really in 2012 on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
when
Oh my god, yeah. No,
that
that
is
is the
when the
exact point.
great copyright striking event happened on YouTube,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and it was just enormous. Like, you
yeah.
saw it everywhere, and Twitch has
No, yeah, it
had
was real bad.
years. Twitch has had years to come up with a system to respond to something like that because it was inevitable.
They
Twitch
have
was
not.
flying under the radar for years because they just weren't as popular, but they've been
Correct.
growing in popularity. And
Yes.
for them to just stand by and then wait for the day to where, oh, these record labels now know we exist and they're issuing copyright strikes to all of our creators. We are like, and then they come up with the punishment system: 3 DMCA strikes and you are
And you're
permanently
done.
banned,
Yep.
right? So all these creators now have to individually delete all of their clips or risk being banned. So you have these creators that have thousands of clips. There's no mass clip deleter. They have thousands of them. So you
They
have to
have
go
so many.
one
Some
by
of them being
one, clip
copies.
by clip, and
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous. Twitch didn't even come up with that over years. It took the DMCA strikes, the first round of them earlier this year, to get them to develop a mass clip deleter, but they haven't come up with additional tools yet. In the past several months, they haven't done anything. And so you
No.
have the second wave of copyright strikes, and now you're having the third wave. And people are getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And
Understandably so.
yeah, because there's no way, there's no third party server or anything to send these clips or VODs to for creators to back up to. Nothing. And then
No.
you see earlier this year, Facebook Gaming, they bought a shit ton of licenses from these record labels so that
Yes.
their creators could stream in peace.
Yeah.
And what does Twitch do in response? Oh, why don't you just
Just
mute
mute
the
yourself, dude.
in-game music? Like, it's
Why don't you just take
so
the experience out of the game to make everything less entertaining? Go ahead and do that because that'll work out so well.
it's so incredibly lazy and just uncaring. Even though Twitch's parent company, Amazon, has the money to at
Yes.
least fucking pay these record label companies licenses so that their creators could stream it. But no, they're holding their creators accountable, even though really they're giving them free advertising for this music and shit.
Yeah, because I
And
feel
They're
like most
using
of
the
the
money
music.
to go to the Luna.
And the one thing that bites me the most is a
Okay.
technical issue because some of these creators they're getting banned even though they've deleted their VODs and their clips.
Yes.
They're getting banned because of a deleted clip. They're issued DMCA strikes even though they deleted them.
Yeah.
And Twitch has come out and said, "Oh, well, we'll reverse it." But it's still happening.
Yeah, no.
It's just this
Yeah.
lackluster response, this utter
Taking them too long
laziness.
to update.
Like, it's so disappointing to see. They have had years to come up with tools and stuff to respond to this, and they haven't. Utter laziness. Like the people who could have came up with the tools and stuff should be ashamed. It's
Yeah.
sad to see.
They
Mhm.
they really should have thought of something way ahead of time. Like even like before they would have even thought of it just as like a safety net. Because like I mean I'm sure that they would know that people were using stuff and that eventually they would grow and gain, attention of other people. Like probably and to make sure that so that way they had something to prevent something like this from happening to such a mass extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of like what's going to drive your audience away from your platform, this will. This will drive them straight to YouTube and
Yes.
Facebook because those two have already been dealing with this stuff for years and they have tools available to help combat this,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
Like YouTube gaming in specific. So
It just
you
kind of
look at
sucks that this is an issue in the first place because like
yeah,
these companies like I don't
they're
I don't
so old
understand
and archaic.
why they're even thinking about like or why they're even going through with all this like fucking shit. Even most of it is literally just people happening to listen to like a second or two of it, or even using it as not in a way to like share their stuff, but it's more like just kind of using it just as background music or as just like they watched a random video on YouTube or anything. Like
No,
Well,
yeah.
it's like
some people are afraid that like if you're playing a multiplayer game in game and you're on a team, one of the teammate like if you're a streamer,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
Like you
Yeah.
could be afraid that one of your teammates can just see your streaming and blast some music and then bam, you could
No,
get
yeah.
instantly banned because you're being live monitored by an algorithm.
Cla-
yeah.
Classic TF2 level mic spam shit. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just that's how afraid that you have to be on Twitch because Twitch doesn't have the tools and shit to deal with it.
No.
Like this, it's fucking ridiculous. Imagine you're just playing a game of like Overwatch or something, and like I know y'all don't play it, but like just imagine you're in a
I
lobby of some
I
type
used to
of
play it.
game.
Hmm.
You're in an open lobby like that where you have to talk to your teammates, and then one of them just gets mad at you and sees you're streaming. Boom, plays a bit of fucking like Two Chains or Drake or whatnot, and then bam, you're banned,
Yeah.
dude.
And your ass is grass.
Oh, and clearly it's because you infringed on the copyright of that music,
Clearly, it's
right?
because you
Record
didn't mute
label?
him in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your fault, clearly.
You should have known that he would have done that if you pissed him off. So you should have muted him so that you could avoid that idiot.
Rip and
um,
dip, dude. Got him.
I don't know. I do like what to just not be completely negative on Twitch. I do like the whole watch party thing that they did earlier this year.
No, yeah.
Like
I
I
remember
feel like
that. It was
they
nice.
take nice steps in certain things, but whenever it comes to like because those watch parties are nice because really like they got around it by pretty much just because they're owned by Amazon. They each viewer has to sign into like their own Amazon account, then they can join the stream and watch, and it works because technically everyone owns it. There's no copyright issues, so like it works. And they take nice
No,
steps
yeah.
for things like that, but when they just for some reason were not ready for something like this, where it's like DMCA stuff from other companies. So I guess they were ready for their own stuff, but not for other companies, which kind of
Not
sucks
for others.
considering
Yeah.
Well,
that's where
I
most of
mean,
the issues are going to be.
I'm perfectly fine with those watch parties and whatnot because that's the correct way to do it. you
Yeah,
know?
Yes.
yeah. I
And
was pointing them out as a positive.
yeah, it is. Like it is a complete
Mhm.
positive.
No,
And
you
it's
are
a stark
100% in the right
contrast.
for liking that.
Like it's a stark contrast. Why couldn't they have done that? Why couldn't they have put in the effort with that? With copyright striking.
Yeah.
I just
hmm
they have the capability to do it. That's the whole point. If they didn't
No,
Yeah.
have the
yeah.
capability to do it, then I'd be uh it would be a different conversation. But it's
I'd be more
because
upset at the companies themselves,
yeah.
If
Like
they
which
did
is
not
still
have
there
the
still is,
capabilities
but
to
yeah.
do it, like I'm pretty sure me and Luis would have probably left Twitch and went onto YouTube at this point.
exactly.
Mhm.
It's because this company is big enough and they have the backing of their parent company to handle something like this.
Yeah.
And it's extremely annoying and it's sad to see so many people suffer in terms of bans and content creation. It's sad to see that as a result of their just laziness.
Such fucking Tyler one complaining because he had to stop using "Who Let the Dogs Out" as his intro. um,
Understandable.
Understandable. He like played some other like non-copyright music clip, and imagine switching from like "Cool Let the Dogs Out" to this shit. Like,
he he
it's,
he used that weird like fucking whistling one that all the YouTubers used, or the ukulele one. Boom, dun, dun, ding, 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 ding.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, it's all
um,
that royalty-free garbage that YouTubers use, especially them
mm,
React channels. Oh man.
of course. Um, we do have a couple more news things.
Yeah.
Sega Sammy asking employees to retire because they didn't turn over profits.
Yeah.
Or was it to
That's just
retire
a
or for
It's
them
shitty
pretty
to
sus.
situation.
quit? It was them to quit, right?
That's just a
Uh
shitty situation, dude.
yeah, no.
It's like, I mean, you look at I don't think it's a result of COVID, is it?
Uh, I'm sure it played some effect, but
No, yeah.
they've
It's
just been
just
losing money anyway.
it's just an inevitability for some companies whenever you're just losing money like that. Like you have to let some people go, and I mean, like Blizzard, what was it, earlier this year or last year, where they let dozens and dozens and dozens of people go. Like it's just sad, you know. But this is different from Blizzard because Blizzard is a very profitable company.
Yeah,
But
Yes.
this one isn't. So like,
yeah. Because with Blizzard,
can
it's like, oh, we
you
did something good. Now let's fire because we don't need them anymore because we already finished.
exactly
No,
In
yeah.
this
with
case,
with
it's like
this
they're actually
one?
losing money and shit.
So I guess they don't have much choice than to
Yeah,
let people go. So
just an
that's just
unfortunate
depressing.
situation.
Yeah.
It
And
it it reminds me of like an old Capcom business model. It wasn't that they got rid of employees, but I think it was like when they released a game and it didn't meet their like expectations for sales, they would just like give up on certain things. Like I remember most notably that happened with Devil May Cry 4, like it didn't meet expectations, and then they haven't made like or they didn't make another official one till like 5. I mean, yeah, they made the one by Ninja Theory, but they saw DMC4 as such a big loss that they had to go through that dramatic change and be like, okay, people don't like this anymore. No, people like it. You just set too high expectations.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what this reminds me of, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of like companies like losing money and like not being able to handle stuff, like, did you see that GameStop TikTok competition?
I I saw you post it, but I read nothing about it because I wanted it to be for this.
It's pretty much so GameStop is having a TikTok competition, and the employees that win the competition get extra hours.
No, yeah.
And
Okay.
Dude, what the hell?
oh, I guess they do receive the Echo 8, the Echo Auto, and like a gift card.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's mainly for extra hours. Like they're competing on TikTok so that they can work more. Like,
So that they can work more. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's not a great fucking practice. Or that's not how you would do that kind of thing. It's not how you should do it. There's a fucking YouTube video, but I'm afraid to play it and get fucking banned like we were just talking about.
There's no reason to. You can
No,
probably
no, I meant no. I'll probably watch it and then be like, okay, guys, hey, it's my cringe compilation.
or like play it and
Let-
just mute it immediately.
Well, I mean, that's
Um,
easier said than done because it takes like forever just to get the mute thing up.
Yeah.
But whatever. But I'll look at it in my own time.
Some other news we got. There was that thing about Kiryu from Yakuza won't be in fighting games because the creator doesn't want to see
the
him beat
post
up
pulled up
women.
right here. It's awesome.
He doesn't want to see people.
No. Okay, so it's like here's the quote. The creator of Yakuza doesn't want Kiryu in fighting games. He says fighting games generally have female characters, and personally, I don't want to see Kiryu beating up women. That's the best reasoning I've ever said for just hey, no fighting game for you.
I can't believe that that's a quote. Like,
But there is one exception. There is one time when Kiryu technically hit a person of the female gender.
female persuasion.
Why?
Yes. So in one of the Yakuza games, Kiryu finds a little girl, and as some sort of discipline to like tell her to shut the fuck up, he just slaps her in the face, just like open slap.
Fair.
Look up Kiryu slaps Haruka, and you'll find what I'm talking about. Like I found this ages ago before I even started playing Yakuza, but that is the only time.
I'll probably have to look it
And
up later.
yeah, and I saw some podcast clip talking about this exact thing, and apparently you know who could be in a fighting game from Yakuza though?
Cool.
Majima, because apparently it's revealed that he beat his fucking ex-wife or something, which is super fucked.
Fair
I
enough.
just
Yeah. Yakuza, everybody! Dumb Japanese garbage! Isn't this gonna be great for a movie?
It's okay. The new one is about to come out too.
at
It
that
is.
point,
It is.
like,
I have that in my Amazon cart right now.
I get it. You have your ideals and shit to stick to, but in today's modern age, you can't, even if in the name of like
And
staying
nobody's
chivalry.
even considering it like the character's beating up women. They're just considering like that he's in the game. You know.
See, like that's the
No,
whole
yeah,
thing.
no,
And
exactly.
he's doing it in the name of chivalry, right?
Chivalry, yes.
And it's just like even in the name of chivalry, that is extremely misogynistic, man.
Like
at
it's
some
not like the
point you
character is actually fighting, like canonically beating the shit out of them. It's just a fighting game that's not
No,
canonical
that's
yeah.
why
at
I'm
all.
saying the quote
No,
itself
exactly.
and the ideology behind it, it's misogynistic. And
Well, I mean, you
you
gotta remember,
gotta
Morgan. You gotta remember, these are Japanese people.
that's exactly why I said even in the name of chivalry. That's like in today's modern age, you gotta move on from that. Like you can't do that anymore, man. That's misogynistic. I don't care if that's part of your culture. Like, your culture is old, and there's problems with it.
No,
Like,
yeah.
the dude's just gotta get with the times, man. Like, come on, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
Yeah, but
I can
also
understand not wanting the character to beat up women, but also like for something as
Maybe he
like
just doesn't
just
want his
this,
character to be beat
like
by women or something.
like fine,
no,
don't make the character
it's
beat the
probably
women.
just his character.
Don't make the character beat women in the games. Don't make him fight women
No,
in the
yeah,
games or whatever. And
I
then
was
the
thinking
fighting
about
game,
this.
whatever.
I was thinking about this at work, and just like if Kiryu did get in a fighting game, a fun little mechanic to be implemented would be that if you either choose Kiryu or a female character, you can't choose the other. So player one picks Kiryu, all female characters are just like grayed out on the character selection screen.
But then that gonna suck, cause then like you're missing a lot of
No, yeah,
matchups.
no. Of course, I thought about that, but I just thought it'd be funny if that would be the solution to get Kiryu in
Yeah,
to anything.
The
That
backlash. He
that
Yeah,
honestly
uh,
really
would be
sucked.
fucking like
You
No,
can
yeah,
literally pick Kiryu to counter any woman, because then
It-
you
it-
just can't play them. Immediate
no,
woman
yeah.
counter.
No, exactly. Like one of my favorite workarounds around this actually comes from a One Piece game, actually. So there's a character in One Piece named Sanji, and his whole creed is that he doesn't hit a woman ever. And whenever he gets into a fight with one, like I remember he gets into a major fight with one lady, and he
Yep.
gets the shit kicked out of him so hard, and he doesn't do a thing because he
and it's
doesn't
so
want to hit the
fucking
woman.
annoying. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Then what does
It's
he do in the
funny,
fighting
don't get
game?
me wrong.
No, yeah, but I believe it was the fighting game Burning Blood. But if you choose Sanji and you fight against a female character, he literally just gets stunned in place and he has hearts going all around him and you can't do a fucking thing. Or he just backs off during like mid attack. It's pretty fucking funny.
Oh my
That's
god.
great. I mean, I think it works for that just because it's like a specific game and like it's for a specific.
Well, that
Let's do that
and
universe.
it would also work if you understood the One Piece, Luis. So maybe you should go read One Piece instead
No,
of being
that's
a
what I'm
bitch.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it works for that because it's only a One Piece specific game.
Yes.
Where like if you were to put Kiryu in Smash, it kind of sucked not being able to play him against any female characters. You know,
No, yeah.
because that's why
And
that
like a lot
works.
of people's like mains are some of the female casts.
Yeah, so it just completely counters and kind of sucks.
No, yeah. Kiryu, the ultimate counter pick.
Don't want to play against Zelda? Pick Kiryu.
My
you go.
boy Link.
Would Sheik be able to be played though? Question mark? No, I'm just kidding.
Would Samus be played?
No, would Dark Samus be able to be played? That's the real question.
That's
out of
what
all
we should-
those.
A technical irregularity there.
Yeah.
Last bit of news, we have the Mass Effect collection coming soon. I never played any of them, so I'm
So
not really-
fucking excited.
Neither have I, but
It's been
even I'm
Jeez.
excited.
It's been leaked since fucking January this year. It's been leaked for so long, and they finally announced it. Finally!
I know.
with the blurry
Like,
picture.
I just it took too long, but no, it took so long, but it didn't take too long.
Mhm.
I'm excited for it. I played all 3 games back to back to back for the first time this summer, and I was in love. Those games are amazing. I'm excited for the technical improvements.
Did you play Andromeda?
No, fuck no, never.
Well, why would you not play the best game, Mass Effect Andromeda?
Exactly.
Because I don't like playing good games, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, we
Understandable.
know that.
Understandable.
Yeah, you do,
Um,
Cameron.
Yeah, because you still haven't played Persona 4.
I
Still haven't played the Witcher
now.
series.
Yeah, well, maybe
I
you should
played a
play
little
it.
bit of it. Maybe you should play it.
I did. I played it on
Maybe
stream.
you should
What are
play
you
it
talking
again.
about?
Maybe you should play it
I
again.
am playing it again. I'm doing my
Well,
second
good for
playthrough.
you. Then play it again.
I probably will.
Okay, good for you then. Do
Because
it.
I love Persona 4. I love it so much. It's my fucking desktop
Well, you
screen
know what?
now.
I love Dragon Age, and I've played it like 8 times.
Yeah, well, no one cares about Dragon Age.
Yeah, well, no one cares about Persona.
Oh. The internet would like to say otherwise.
And you think they care about the internet? Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I thought.
yeah. I mean,
Bitch.
yeah.
No.
Because
Anyway.
as you, Morgan.
Anyway, I think that's it for the podcast. I don't have
Yeah.
much else to talk about. And now that you guys had your little arguing moment. So thanks
what else
everyone
is new?
thanks everyone for listening, and next time we'll probably be going over some movie topics, and
Yeah.
well, maybe we'll see if there's more movies delayed. There probably is.
Probably.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably.
Probably. Maybe the theaters are gonna blow up. Who knows?
As
Uh,
long as Crudes 2 doesn't get pushed back, then everything will be okay.
But yeah, that's it for now, and hope you guys all have a good day, night, etc. And
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.
Later.